It's the last days of political campaigning for the 12 candidates that are contesting Ghana's presidential race. But the country's elections have always been a close call between two parties, the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party. This is the third time incumbent Nana Akufo Addo and former President John Mahama are competing against each other, and they each have loyal supporters.
I'm not impressed with the current government. They made many promises and failed to implement them, so I'm voting for John Mahama to come back.
I'll vote for Nana because I want him to be in power for another 4 years. I think when he gets 8 years in government, he can improve the economy further and implement all his policies.
Education and the fight against corruption are important issues to many voters, along with the state of the economy and how the government has handled the coronavirus pandemic.
This year's election preparations have suffered setbacks due to the pandemic. Large rallies were banned during the lockdown to prevent a spread of infections.
More than 17 million people have registered to vote in this year's elections. More than 2.6 million are first-time voters. Nearly 70% of Ghana's eligible voters turned out to vote for the last presidential election.
If anything will affect that, it will be due more to the concerns about coronavirus than concerns about people not being part of the campaign or not knowing about it or not having that feeling that we're in election season.
Ghana has often been called a model of democracy, but this year the opposition party, NDC, has accused the Electoral Commission of trying to rig the elections in favor of the ruling party, NPP.
We don't trust the EC. They have not given us cause to trust them. So we are taking our own referee into the ring.
The Electoral Commission has rejected the allegation. Despite the concerns, both the NPP and NDC say they are going to win.
We are very confident that a genuine vote will have only one verdict: John Mahama back to Flagstaff House. We are very clear in our minds about that. And it's obvious that the government is very nervous.
Looking at the policies that have been implemented by the government, we are so convinced that majority of the people will once again vote for the president.
The polls are mixed and the rivalry is strong in what promises to be a close election between two long-time political adversaries, both hoping to enhance Ghana's reputation as a leader in democracy in West Africa. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, SABC, Accra.